What if the last goodbye you ever said changed everything? What if it wasn't just a goodbye, but a moment that redefined your life? This is the story of how one goodbye shattered my world, taught me the hardest lessons, and ultimately gave me a new beginning. Stay with me, because this isn't just my story. It might just change how you see your own goodbyes. What made this goodbye so different from all the others? Why did it feel like the world stopped spinning the moment it happened? Let me take you back to that day, the day everything changed. It was a cold, gray afternoon, the kind of day where the air feels heavy, like it's holding its breath. I remember standing there, my heart pounding so loud I could barely hear my own thoughts. The room was quiet. Too quiet, except for the sound of my own shaky breaths. The smell of rain hung in the air, and the faint hum of a clock ticking in the background felt like it was counting down to something irreversible. I felt like I was standing on the edge of a cliff, staring into an abyss. My chest tightened and my hands trembled. I wanted to say so much, but the words felt stuck, like they were trapped somewhere deep inside me. All I could manage was a whisper. "I'll see you soon." But deep down, I knew. This wasn't just a "see you later." This was the kind of goodbye that leaves a mark, the kind you carry with you forever. There were so many things I wish I'd said. "I'm sorry. I love you. Please don't go." But in that moment, all I could do was stand there, frozen, as the weight of it all crashed over me. Little did I know, this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a journey I never saw coming. A journey that would force me to confront truths I wasn't ready to face. But that's a story for the next part. How do you pick up the pieces when goodbye feels like the end? When the person you loved is gone, and all that's left is this hollow, aching space where they used to be? Let me tell you what happened after the goodbye. The part no one prepares you for. 1. The immediate impact. Grief, confusion, and isolation. In the days that followed, I felt like I was walking through a fog. Every morning I'd wake up and for a split second forget what had happened. Then it would hit me all over again, like a punch to the gut. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think straight. People tried to help, but no one really understood. They'd say things like, "You'll get through this," or "Time heals all wounds." But time didn't feel like a healer. It felt like a thief, stealing away the last traces of what I'd lost. It was like being trapped in a room with no doors, no windows, and no way out. Just me and my thoughts, spiraling in the dark. 2. The turning point. A glimmer of light. Then, one day, something changed. I was sitting in my car, staring at the steering wheel, when a song came on the radio. It was their song. And for the first time, instead of crying, I smiled. It was small, barely there. But it was real. In that moment, I realized something. They weren't really gone. Not completely. They were in the music, in the memories, in the way they'd shaped who I was. And maybe, just maybe, I could carry them with me instead of trying to let them go. But the hardest part wasn't the goodbye itself. It was what came after. The part where I had to learn how to live again, how to find meaning in the pain. And that's where the real journey began. Because here's the truth. Goodbyes don't just end. They ripple through your life, changing everything in their wake. And the hardest part? It's not the loss. It's what you do with it. Stick around because that's where the real story begins. The lessons. What goodbye taught me. What can a goodbye teach you about life, love, and yourself? More than you'd ever expect. That goodbye didn't just break me. It rebuilt me. And along the way, it taught me lessons I'll carry for the rest of my life. Let me share them with you. Lesson 1. The importance of presence. The first thing I learned? Be present. Really, truly present. Because the truth is, we don't know how many moments we have left with the people we love. I remember one of the last times we were together. I was distracted, scrolling through my phone, half listening to what they were saying. Now, I'd give anything to go back and really be there, to soak in every word, every laugh, every second. It's so easy to get caught up in the noise of life. But this goodbye taught me that the most precious thing we can give someone is our full attention. Because when they're gone, it's those moments you'll hold on to. Lesson 2, the value of unresolved emotions. The second lesson? Unresolved emotions aren't the enemy. They're a gift. They force us to confront the things we've been avoiding, the things we're afraid to feel. After the goodbye, I was angry. Angry at myself. Angry at the world. Even angry at them for leaving. I tried to push it down, but it kept bubbling up. Finally, I let myself feel it. And you know what? It was messy, and painful, and raw. But it was also healing. If you're holding on to emotions you're afraid to face, let them in. Sit with them. Because it's only when we stop running from our pain that we can truly begin to heal. Lesson 3, the power of forgiveness. The third lesson? Forgiveness is everything. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. I carried so much guilt after the goodbye. I should have said more. I should have done more. It took me a long time to realize that holding on to that guilt was only hurting me. So I forgave myself. I forgave them. And in that forgiveness, I found peace. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets. But forgiveness isn't about forgetting. It's about letting go of the weight so you can move forward. These lessons didn't just change me. They gave me a new way to live. A way to love deeper, to be more present, and to find meaning even in the pain. And that's what I want to leave you with. The idea that even in the hardest goodbyes, there's a chance to grow, to heal, and to become more alive than ever before. This goodbye shattered me, but it also rebuilt me. It taught me that even in the hardest moments, there's a chance to grow, to heal, and to find meaning. If you've ever faced a goodbye that hit differently, I want you to know you're not alone. Share your story in the comments, and let's remind each other that even in the pain, there's hope. Thanks for letting me share my raw story with you.